in Las Vegas. It's time to get lucky. It's time to go for broke with the best skateboarders in the world, battling for the jewel of the sport, the Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding. 1 year ago, Tony Hawk battled the Las Vegas sun in blazing heat to knock off Australian Tuss Pappas.
People are recognizing skaters for being really gifted and talented athletes, and I think that maybe not what people were striving for, but it's happened, and I think it's right.
Right in Chicago was Tom Boyle. He was head and shoulders above the rest. His consistency proved to be the difference. With a great showing in all three events, he was awarded the overall championship.
When all the pros get together, it's kind of fun just because we're all friends, and that makes, so that kind of goes for any contest. And that's the main good part about it, you know. And especially getting to watch everybody skate. But these contests usually have really good ramps and like exceptionally good ramps, and that makes everybody skate really good, so we can check out like everybody's new stuff.
The new stuff made its debut in Hollywood. Tinseltown belonged to Tuss Pappas as he redeemed himself, avenging an earlier loss to Tony Hawk. Many say his run was one of the best the sport has seen.
I just ate my vegetables that night, got my sleep, and just I was super ranced, tried to stay on, and it came together. I got lucky. I didn't think I was going to pull it though, because I had these skate-offs with Hawk, and I was just getting dead tired, and I drank too much energy stuff, and I started getting jittery, and it worked out. I was stoked, couldn't believe it.
We move to the present, Las Vegas, Nevada. Stop number 1 of the 1997 Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding. Number 1 of the 1997 Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding starts right now with Tony Hawk dropping in on his qualifying run. Las Vegas, Boston, and Hollywood are our 3 stops.
Tony is always the strongest competitor. He's the most seasoned competitor out there, and he looks very strong on this first run here.
5 judges judging each rider. The top 10 guys get into the finals.
Tony just sort of setting the pace here with this run. He's consistent all the way through, maintaining power and speed on every trick. Tony right there with a stalled invert hand plant on the hot metal coping, probably burning his hand.
Tony putting together a solid run, and Chris, it's very important to stay on the full 45 seconds in the qualifying run.
Right, Tony finished up with a frontside blunt. It's kind of like a cherry on top of a great run. The highlight showing Tony pulling off a big 540 McTwist. Also doing a Caballero Indy grab, nice and strong.
With a score of 86.6, Tony Hawk qualifies first for the finals. Tony Hawk leads the way in this true international field. Other finalists include Annie McDonald, Rune Glifberg, Chris Gentry, Omar Hassan, Matthias Ringstrom, Neil Hendricks, Darren Mendito, Max DeFore, and Bob Burnquist. Still ahead on the Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding are the finals, plus a look at women of vert, board aid, and much more. Stay with us. Triple Crown of Skateboarding is being brought to you by the Hard Rock Cafe, by Vans, the original shoe company since 1966, and by Transworld Skateboarding Magazine, the best skateboarding magazine in the world. When it comes to the top professional skateboarders in the world, each and every contest they go to, they have to constantly adjust to the ramp and the conditions. And Chris, first of all, we have to talk about the Las Vegas heat in the mere 90s right now.
Right. The heat is taking a toll on the guy's body. It's just physically difficult to perform in this conditions, and it's taking a toll on their equipment.
Yeah, and talking about the equipment, throughout the day and throughout this morning, these guys have been changing their wheels, and also they've been really cranking their trucks down.
Right. Well, with the heat, with the urethane cushions and urethane wheels, the heat actually softens your wheel. It softens the cushion, forcing these guys to make adjustments that in other conditions they wouldn't normally have to make.
So really, in a sense, the guy that adjusts to his equipment and the environment the best will probably win the contest. There is a total of 10 skaters in the finals. Each skater will get 3 runs consisting of 45 seconds apiece. A winner is determined by the highest mark of the day. Scoring is based on a 100-point scale. So with a total of 30 runs in the finals by 10 skaters, the judges have a lot to look at.
We want these guys to just go off, skate to the best of their ability. The main criteria we're looking for is technical ability, consistency, use of course, style, aggressiveness, sportsmanship is always a good factor too, you know. Basically the guys are just going to go out here and, you know, let it all hang out and ride the bucking bronco, and, you know, whoever stays up and does the most and does the raddest tricks is going to go home with the trophy.
Taking it a step beyond, bringing you up to speed on some tricks to look for, Tony Hawk demonstrates a very tight and clean 540 McTwist.
I got a red car with the blue tail lights.
Neil Hendricks performs a frontside air tail grab, the right hand grabbing the tail in midair.
Let's go! Ride to the mountains above. It's slow.
Andy McDonald shows you how it's done, a perfect nollie heel flip. 3 tricks to look for throughout the contest. Brazilian Bob Burnquist starting things off here in the finals, and he does so with a switch kickflip. We talked to Bob about being a professional skateboarder and also skating against the likes of Tony Hawk.
Oh, it's insane. Like, it's awesome. It's what I always wanted to do, is be a professional skateboarder. Now that I'm here competing with Tony Hawk, I mean, that right there just makes it for me.
Bob coming off a win in Orlando, Florida at the X Trials. Chris, he has a lot of respect for Tony Hawk.
Yeah, it's always tough competing against someone who you admire so much, but Bob doesn't seem to be having a problem with it today. This is a very solid run. Skating switch stance here. He's one of the few skaters that does that so well.
That's how he defeated Andy McDonald. Andy took second, Bob took first, mainly because he skated switch about 25 seconds of his run. An outstanding run for Bob Burnquist.
Yeah, he's got to be super happy with that run. Right here, he started it off with a switch kickflip to fakie, an incredible trick. And right here, a switch stance backside lip slide. He's probably the only one in the contest doing that trick.
Score of 90.3 for Bob Burnquist sets us up for Chris Gentry out of Costa Mesa, California. Owns his own skateboard company called Kingdom Skateboards.
Chris is a rock-solid competitor. You notice that his style is a little more powerful, a little more smooth and controlled than what you saw with Bob. Just a different style.
Chris coming off a great showing in Orlando as well. He placed 4th at the X Trials.
Looking real solid on this run. That was a nollie disaster right there into a blunt to fakie. Great combination for Chris.
Judges looking for very few setup tricks in their 45-second runs, and Chris is going to wind this down in true fashion. Gentry with another good run. His wife Rika looks on. She's co-owner of Kingdom Skateboards.
This trick's a 360 varial, and it's one of the tricks that Chris does best, kind of a specialty for him.
Gentry with a score of 84 even, and that score puts him behind Bob Burnquist in 2nd place. The legendary Tony Hawk dropping in his first contest of the 1997 season. Last year, his competitive schedule was crazy. This year, he'll be a bit more choosy in which contests he goes to.
I'm just waiting out contests. I'm kind of picking and choosing what I want to enter this year because I got really burned out last year in all those contests. There were just so many, one after the other, and you know, putting yourself on the line every time, just getting beat up, and I just didn't want to live like that this year. And so I'm just going to enter a few and, you know, just kind of take it a little easier and do a lot more demonstration type stuff and concentrate more on our tour, things like that. You know, I'd rather just be able to skate for people and not be under all this pressure and such hype.
So Tony going for quality, not quantity, and it definitely shows on this run here. Again, rock solid.
Somehow, some way, Tony Hawk continues to amaze everybody in the skateboard community.
So 360 varial to fakie, almost hanging up on his way back in.
A piping hot invert with a score of 92.3. The score to beat after heat number 1 is 92.3, put up by Tony Hawk. Bob Burnquist in second, Chris Gentry in third, Neil Hendricks in fourth, and Matthias Ringstrom in fifth. Here at our Las Vegas event, a $2 entrance fee was charged, but it was for a good cause. Proceeds will go to the Henderson Boys and Girls Club in Henderson, Nevada to build their very own skateboard park. Special thanks to all skateboard fans. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the Women of Earth. Welcome back to the Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding. While there's a break in the action with Tony Hawk the leader after the first round, let's turn to part 1 of our 3-part series on Women of Earth. They skate in the shadow of the male vert professional, but they are not to be intimidated. In a sport where some see a dividing line between males and females, the women of Earth feel as though their time is now to prove that they have what it takes to compete with the best in the world, whether it's a male or a female. For Cara Beth Burnside, Jen O'Brien, and Jody McDonald, they skate wherever, whenever, and with whoever they want to. They are that good.
I try to just be out there doing things in video or demos, just try to be in the team. And it's even easier like when I'm with Jen and Jody, because it's more of an impact. There's 3 girls and not just one going, is that a girl? But when there's 3 of us and we're charging, it's like, makes a statement.
Her friends call her CB. You can call her the world's best female vert skater. It's relatively simple. Cara Beth has proved over the years that female vert skaters should be taken seriously.
I think it's just a good, positive thing to support the girls and want them to be out there, because it only helps the sport, I think. Just make it a, you know, not just a guy sport. You know, because the girls want to skate, and people see that the girls are out there skating. I think it makes the whole sport look even better. Companies just have to promote the girls. I mean, girls need promotion and opportunities to travel and be out there. But without that, you know, you can only skate for so long and do it for so long and be so good and not get anything from it. You know, you need the opportunity for someone to say, okay, go here and there, but that doesn't happen with the girls in skateboarding, so it makes it so much harder.
For Cara Beth, things could be starting to swing her way. Vans shoes are now coming out with a Cara Beth Burnside signature model. It's specifically designed for girl skaters, and Cara Beth is very modest about the recognition.
Oh, I'm super happy. I mean, going to be promoting the girl side of skateboarding. Like Vans is like stepping up and saying, hey, girls who want to skate, here's a shoe for you. And it's saying it's okay, you know?
Being paid adequately to skate would be an added plus for Cara Beth, but that's not what motivates her. She truly is in love with the sport.
But I think about skating all the time. all the time. Sleeping, like before I go to bed, I have to stop thinking because I can't go to sleep, you know, thinking too much about skateboarding tricks and then snowboarding tricks, and then my heart's like racing and I can't go to sleep. So it's crazy. And I'm just get all anxiety about it because especially when I don't skate for 3 weeks, I'm so hyper to go skate, you know, thinking about it every day, every day.
Next time in Women of Vert, we'll introduce you to Jen O'Brien. Just ahead, heat number 2 of the finals, and a look at Board Aid, the skateboard community coming together for a great cause. Max DeFore gets things underway here in Las Vegas in stop number 1 of the Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding. This is heat number 2.
Max is kind of a new face on the scene here, and he's making a strong showing out here in Vegas.
Judges looking at style, creativity, and difficulty of tricks. What's the most important element out of those 3, Chris?
Well, I think that it's really a combination of all 3, but I think that the speed and the height, the sort of magnitude of the trick is the most important.
Combining all those 3 elements, the judges must like what they see right here with Max DeFore.
Right, Max is definitely skating very solid, maintaining his speed all the way through the run, doing a lot of difficult tricks, and that fall right at the end shouldn't hurt him too much.
Max cranks out an 84. He is tied for 3rd place with Chris Gentry. Now dropping in is Rune Glifberg. This guy is a fun skater to watch.
Rune is one of the most powerful and high-speed, high-energy skaters in the event. And he's got a great style, real smooth, difficult tricks. He's exciting.
The judges appreciate his difficulty factor, and they really know that this kid has got something to prove in the next year or so. He's going to win some contests, if not today, very soon.
Right, you talk about execution. Every trick that Rune does is done with precision and power and speed. That was a switch stance, frontside rock and roll, very difficult trick from Rune.
Falls at the end, but not a bad showing for Rune Glifberg, one of the better runs of the day.
This right here is an old trick called the Madonna.
Rune with an 87.3. He is in 3rd place. This brings us to Andy McDonald. Last year he won the X Games on the vert. He beat Tony Hawk. Here they are once again.
Andy McDonald is he's a surgeon. He's just precision all the way. Does a lot of difficult tricks.
Andy 2nd place at the X Trials in Orlando to Bob Burnquist.
Kickflip Andy right there, straight into a nollie flip. That's a great combination. Body jar, following it up with another nollie flip.
Andy McDonald has all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. He's able to put the combinations together, and that was one long combination.
And he finishes up with another nollie flip. I think he kind of got a little lost, but he just threw in one of the most difficult tricks you can do. The nollie flips where you pop off the front wheels, flipping the board with your back foot, and then catching it and bringing it back in.
A 90.6, an outstanding score for McDonald in this round of 10.
The heat's packed, jam-packed with a lot of good skaters, so it's going to take some serious skating, staying on the whole time to pull it out.
Tony Hawk in the lead with a first-run score of 92.3. We asked him about planning his runs.
When I go to a contest, I usually have a couple of lines that I can kind of exchange with one another, and if I get in like a sticky situation, then I'll go to the other line and try to finish it out that way, and then I have one usually really hard line. If I can stay on a couple of runs, then I'll try that one.
Well, it looks like Tony's trying that run right now. This is an action-packed run right there with a burial disaster. Look at the energy that Tony's skating with here on this run.
Chris, in adverse conditions, Tony Hawk's the man to beat.
Tony's years of experience just outshines everybody when the conditions are tough. When it's 104 degrees or when the ramp's not perfect, Tony's the one that shines.
An excellent run for Tony Hawk, and he knows that he puts his hand in the air. The crowd loves it. The best score of the day, a 95.3.
Tony making this frontside heel flip look easy.
After 2 rounds, Tony Hawk maintains his lead with a score to beat of 95.3. Andy McDonald has moved into second place, pushing Bob Burnquist to third. This past spring, top skateboarders converged on Bear Mountain in Big Bear, California to show their support of Board Aid, a benefit festival for AIDS.
I try to get involved every year, even if it means, shirking another event or not going to some other demonstration. I'd rather be here and for this cause, and it's such a great atmosphere. It's a lot of fun.
I love coming out to these events because it's a great benefit to the fight against AIDS, and it brings a lot of people together and make them realize how important the fact of AIDS is, and how everyone should be aware of it, because it is around and it's definitely real.
I've done demos a lot through the year, and none of them's really been towards, a serious problem that we have in the United States or in the world like that, and I'm stoked to be a part of it.
It's for a good cause, and that's why everyone is proud to be involved with it. These people are great to work with, and it's a fun event. It's always nice sunny weather, and everyone loves the whole snowboarding, skateboarding thing. Most of these skaters are also snowboarders, so just getting up the mountain, it's a good time to get everyone together to have fun. It just seems to get bigger and better every year, so I just expect more of the same, good music, good skating, good boarding, good fun.
Up next, we highlight the finals and declare a winner. Triple Crown of Skateboarding has been brought to you by the Hard Rock Cafe, by Vans, the original shoe company since 1966, and by Transworld Skateboarding Magazine, the best skateboarding magazine in the world. Busting through the Las Vegas heat were the warriors of the high air contest. 6 competitors in all had 5 attempts of reaching the highest possible height. Leading after the 3rd round was Adel Diani with a mark of 9.5 feet. Andy McDonald tied that in his 4th attempt. In his 5th attempt, he reached double figures with a winning air of 10 feet. Adel Diani held on to 2nd place, and Giorgio Zattoni skied with an incredible kickflip Indy. He placed 3rd. Here are the final results. In the vert final, Tony Hawk's 2nd round score of 95.3 was unbeatable. Next to Hawk, the top 3 runs of the 3rd heat were awarded to Neil Hendricks with a score of 87.0. Darren Mendito, the Doc, had a fantastic run, one of his best runs of the year. He landed an 85.6. Omar Hassan came back from injury with an 83. But in the end, Tony Hawk became our winner in stop number 1 of the Vans Hard Rock Cafe Triple Crown of Skateboarding.
I just tried to go at the contest with kind of a different perspective where I just wanted to be in it. I didn't really care how I did, and if I could stay on, then I'm happy. But even if I didn't stay on, I was just like, well, I was in it, so I tried, and it was fun. But I don't know, I finally got this ramp, this ramp was really hard to get used to, and just near the end, I started getting used to it.
Congratulations goes out to Tony Hawk, Andy McDonald, and Bob Burnquist, our top 3 finishers. Our next stop on the series is in Boston. We hope to see you there. For Chris Miller, I'm Paul Higgins. Thanks for supporting skateboarding.
Accommodations provided by San Tropez Hotel, located across the street from the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas, Nevada.